All right, guys, so it is Monday, the 28th, and as you are well aware, I'm not here. But I did want to take just a minute or two or three or five or 10 to talk about some things that we normally would talk about on the first day of school. Nowhere near as large of a discussion, but still some things that we kind of need to touch on. So normally we would go over the handbook, and there's a couple of things in the handbook that we always talk about. One is dress code. So dress code is pretty much the same as it was last year, with the exception of face mask. I'm making this video without a mask because there's no one else in the building but me. One of the things, though, that I want to talk with you guys about is types of mask. Now, where all of you guys know that I have double hearing aids, that I've had them for quite a few years now, so I have a hearing problem. So when they made the announcement last week saying that we would have to come back fully masked, all day, kids all day, I kind of had a little panic moment. So I contacted the board, and what's going to take place is they've ordered special masks for you all to use while you are with me. You will come to school with your regular mask. You will wear your regular mask when you go to special class, when you go anywhere you go in the building. You will wear your mask that you bring from home. While you are in a learning at school environment with me, then you will wear the one that the district provides. The one that the district provides never leaves this room. It never goes home. It is, if I understand correctly, it is a cloth mask that has the plastic sheeting in the front so that I can see your mouths and see your facial expressions as you're talking with me. That helps me to kind of get a better idea of what you're saying. The doctor mask or the cloth mask give a more muffled responses, and it's very, very difficult for me to always catch what people are saying. So at the end of every day, we will put those in a bag, and you will come the next day. You will have another one out on your desktop, and the ones previously will go home to be laundered. So we have enough. We have 100 ordered, so we have enough to do each kid to have 2. But I'm going to be in charge of those to make sure that they're laundered and cleaned every day, since they are an accommodation that I require. So you have to come, though, with your own face mask, because you cannot be anywhere in the building without a mask on, okay? So that is a huge dress code violation this year, to be somewhere without it. We will be allowed to have face mask breaks, and those will not be in the classroom. We will have to go outside and just have like a 5 or a 10-minute break from those. As of me making this video, that is still not 100% clear how those are going to take place, but Miss Frederick will know on the 28th, and she will fill you guys in on anything that is ever evolving and changing. So kind of took care of that. Wanted to talk about attendance. It's another one of those things that is evolving and changing. If for some reason you have to quarantine because of COVID, the attendance policy is different for that than what would be our normal attendance policy. With that COVID quarantine, you would get a doctor's notification. That doctor's notification would need to be turned into the board as soon as you receive notification that you needed to quarantine, so that the school could take proper precautions to see what we need to do in case we needed to quarantine other students and that type of thing. But our regular attendance policy is still in place for, you know, what I call regular stuff. If you are sick and have to go to the doctor, of course, by all means, stay home. Just get a doctor's excuse and turn that in to Miss Kay in the office. For every day that you are absent with a doctor's note or a parent note, you have 1 day to finish up that scheduled work. So it just kind of, for every day you're out. If you are on quarantine for COVID and you are not sick but on quarantine, then you will be learning virtual at that time. So your assignments will be uploaded. You will be a virtual learner at that point. For those of you who are total virtual learners, when all of us are virtual learning, we have that 2-day turnaround. We still have that 2-day turnaround, but here's what my request is, and I will probably need to be making some phone calls to parents. We want your work done that day. And the reason being is that Ms. Frederick and I are going to be teaching in real time, and it is very difficult for us to keep up with 2 pacing. So we need you all to be doing it on the same day that we are doing the instruction. That will allow you to plug in the following day for us to go over homework, for us to go over questions, so that you can learn from your mistakes. And that's what learning in school is all about, is being able to learn from how you miss things. It's not always about, oh, I know that, and getting it right. Sometimes the biggest impact for learning is through missing things. So we need you to be kind of tuning in daily so that you can get that. Okay, so for me, I'm really going to try to do a live stream. I don't expect you to get up at 8:30 and log into the live stream. It'd be great if you did, because then I could kind of call on you with my sticks and do all that kind of good stuff. But I'm going to record it only once at the end of the day or during my lunchtime. Then I will upload that feed. And so it will be uploaded at different times of the day, just depending on how much time I have and how much time that it takes to do that upload. So Google Meet is where all of that's going to take place. And so we'll play with that a little bit and kind of go from there. Cell phones, as always, out of sight and off. Okay, cannot have them. You can have them on your person, but they cannot be out, and they must be off. Now, the reason they need to be off is because if you get a text and you get a vibration in your pocket, first thing you're going to want to do is to pull it out and do that kind of glance down. The phone policy is pretty straightforward, guys. You know, first time or two, I'll just be honest, I'll give you a little leniency. I'll just say, hey, you know, but don't be doing that. And I'll give you a couple of times to kind of get back in the groove of things. Now, by that 3rd time, I'll be like, that's your first official warning, you know, and it'll go to the office for 24 hours. Second offense, it goes to the office for 30 days. 30 days. The 3rd offense, it's gone for the whole year. So Ms. Frederick and I, we both really try to be kind of lenient with that at the beginning to kind of get you back in the groove of you're back in school, and we need to kind of, you know, remember that. We've had 6 months now where we've just been on our phones and devices, and we don't think twice about it. So we'll try to cut you a little slack on that one. Backpacks. We have not allowed backpacks in a couple of years. However, with us bringing those Chromebooks back and forth every day, and as from what I understand, as of today is the 21st, for me, on the 28th, it could change, and Ms. Frederick will let you know if there's changes, that the backpacks that we want are just those little cheap, what I call athletic string backpacks. just so that you're not dropping them, dropping things in the hallway with them. Just slide them in. They're not really going to be great for protection. You can't be slinging them around and hitting things, but it will free up your hands, and hopefully that will keep you from dropping them or them sliding out of your hands. You will need to make sure that you bring your Chromebook charged. Every night when you go to plug your phone up, those of you who have a phone, you need to plug your Chromebook up. We have very limited outlets, and we won't have additional chargers. Almost every Chromebook in the building has been given out to students like you guys who needed those. So make sure that you bring your Chromebook every day and that you